Yo, what's good? It's Hxvik, issue 9, Underground Magazine. Yo, LA-based artist. You catch what I'm saying? We about to get it out the way. Let's get it. Woo! I was born in Lynwood. My life has been, like, crazy. It's like, as far as childhood and the amount of places that I've lived in, it was just a lot. But now, I'm obviously LA. I've been pretty much everywhere in LA. Certain places I haven't visited, but, I, like, reside further north that way. Oh, you want to know? My high school story is actually pretty crazy. So, my middle school is actually not too far from my high school, my first high school. I went to Animal Western. That was my middle school, also known as Henry Clay. I don't know what it's called now. They changed it up so much. Green Dot was the county. And then from there, I went to Animal South Los Angeles for my 9th and 10th grade year. My 10th grade year got really, really hectic. I kind of like slipped with all my grades, started ditching class, smoking a lot, just doing stuff like that, and kind of messed up what I had going on there. And then I was sent to a continuation school, which is a Hawthorne Academy. And there, that's actually where I met like one of my closest friends or closest people that I started with music. And during that time is when I first started recording. I first started off SoundCloud, like around around the time that I started music, like X was really big, Juice just blew up with Lucid Dreams, and just it was a lot of people blowing up, and yeah, it was a time where hip hop was like really like around the Double XL freshman cipher with Yachty, Denzel, Uzi, X. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I remember walking home with my neighbor, and we ended up going to the same middle school. And then he would just like we would go back and forth every 2 bars, back and forth with each other, bounce off of each other's energy. And then over time, making music with that, like it just practice, practice, practice. Starting a group with a couple of people that really didn't find themselves, and I had an idea of where I wanted to go, but not really. I had to be lost in order to be found. I had to fall in order to crawl, in order to walk, in order to run, in order to fly, and in order to ascend. So the crazy part about it is though, so how I started music, I actually okay, so a little bit of background story, like me, I am a foster youth. So I grew up without my parents. I got taken away from my mom at 3, and then from 3 all the way up until 11, that was just like a very, very challenging time for me. Even up until 18, it was just a very challenging time, just finding myself without having that support that brought you into the world. I had to find every single thing that I have confidence within from myself and from scratch, and even like not even from scratch, from like let's just say slice. You feel me? Because a lot of stuff cut deep. But from the age of 3 all the way up until 11, I didn't listen to rap. I didn't care about nothing that was going on the radio. I care about none of that, because around the time that I was like really developing my consciousness as a human being was around the time that Michael Jackson died. So I listened to Michael Jackson literally from 3 to 11, all the way before elementary, through elementary to the beginning of middle school. And when I went to middle school, I realized like nobody was listening to him. Everybody was rapping. The thing about it is, in elementary, I did talent shows. I've already performed in front of over 500 people, like 2 times in a row, while doing school stuff, playing instruments, and it just, I don't know, like when I do shows now, like that's why I'm not really nervous, because the times where I was like really, really nervous and it actually counted, like as far as like the amount of anxiety that I had and lack of confidence, I did it. I did it already. So that's just something. And also dancing. I danced during that 3 to 11 point. That's why like when you see me on stage and I'm able to move like that, because it's a muscle memory. Like if I hear like a certain song or a certain type of rhythm that reminds me of the just the MJ cadence, just rhythmic songs. Being a slave to rhythm is a real thing, like, and I feel like that's something that definitely separates me from the artists of today. You feel me? Not a lot of people dance. Everybody usually off of something. Also, I do what I do completely sober. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't pop nothing. I don't do psychedelics. Okay. So none of my shows have been bad. Every experience I'm there for a reason. But my most recent show, it was a TeeFLIii concert. And I was there with Hxvik. Hxvik performed too. He put me on and told me about the slot. So with that concert, it was actually a very good experience as a whole. I walked in, we did our thing, and the room started filling up. And I actually saw people from my past that have known me for being a very problematic person and a person with a lot of issues, and the idea of success being questionable on the type of lifestyle that I lived at the time. So me being there and performing on stage is just like, yo, this happened for a reason. I went through what I went through then for a reason for now. And when I was on stage, I was doing my thing, but everybody was quiet. I gathered everybody's attention in the room, but they weren't saying anything. A couple of people were doing their thing, they were vibing, but like, that's not a bad thing. If you're an artist and you're on stage and the crowd is silent, that only means that, I like him, but what is he saying? They're processing you. If they don't know you and they're quiet, that's what it is. Because if you bad, people going to, boo, get out there. You feel me? If you bad, that's what it is. So, I mean, I still did my shit. You catch what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact I stood out more than a lot of artists there because I don't dance. I don't just rap. I dance. You catch what I'm saying? My littest show ever, it was a DB by the Bag tour. Catch One, LA. I did it in, I think it was April 28th, this year, 2023. So with that show, my engineer Obi, shout out Obi, he's in Egypt right now. He gonna come back. My cousin Iray, Mr. Unknown, that's both of his two aliases, and then my boy Rupture. We all went up there and we were performing. So I started with Do My Dance, and then I just went in and then introduce ourselves, and I just start turning up like, y'all ready? And then Do My Dance start playing, and then once it started playing, like the crowd just got lit. And then we went to the song Power, and when we went to the song Power, like that shit, oh my gosh, like that's the song where me and my boy Rupp, the background behind that story, we went in a stew. We were at Adjacent Studios in LA like last year before 2023, like, yeah. And with that, we went back and forth freestyling on a track, and it just got louder and louder and louder until he fry screamed at the end of the song. So while we were on stage and doing what we were doing, in my second transition, right before it came, I took my shirt off. But before that first song, I usually, like, by the time I'm done with the show, my shirt will be completely off. I work hard for any and everything that I do. My physical, like, this is not easy to gain what is gained. But beside the point, I took my shirt off and they start screaming. Like it's actually on my Instagram account. It's pinned. That show is just crazy. Like, they really, like, that let me know, like, oh yeah, it's over. Stop playing. I still think about it to this day. You feel me? But yeah, it was pretty dope. Alright, for sure. I can actually tell you how usually I get a lot of the stuff that I get. A lot of the things that's on my body may seem like super duper expensive, but look, let me tell you something. It's not what you buy, it's where you buy, and also what you pick when you buy, where you buy from. So this right here, just a silver chain. I don't have no gold, I don't have no diamonds, I don't have none of that, but you know I'm still dripped out. So this right here, I actually get a lot of the chains and stuff that I wear on my body from like places like Hot Topic. Like, I'll go through the mall, just walk and be like, oh, cool. Certain stores have good things for certain outfits and ideas that you want to wear. So Hot Topic, you catch what I'm saying? And what's my name is Hxvik. It starts with H. Bam, right there. I actually got this a year ago when I tried to film my first music video that I'm never gonna drop because it's just don't worry about that. But this right here, I got this from Zoomies. Zoomies is also a place that has some really cool stuff, but seasonal. You only get gems when they come, and then when they come, doesn't mean that they're always gonna be there. So you just gotta be at the right place at the right time for that. And then under, just a white little tee to keep it, comfortable a bit. And then this right here, Uzumaki clan symbol. You feel me? I also got this from Hot Topic, and then this jacket, fire. You catch what I'm saying? It's like a MJ jacket inspired, I think I've seen him wear this on his Bad tour when he was live at the Wembley or something like that. This jacket right here, I don't think it's more than 200. I just go online. You go online, you look at stuff, you go in stores, and I don't shop often. When I go shop, I shop, but I pick up like 4 or 5 things, and then I just save it for later. And yeah, this is like 124, and these shoes right here, you catch what I'm saying? I gotta get that silver buckle with the other buckles and stuff like that. What's the brand? Stacy Adams. I actually got this from my uncle and aunt when I recently moved in with them. They're like, when we go to church, you gotta have better shoes. So, I do go to church. I haven't been often. I've been so busy, but also I talk to God daily for clarity on what I want to do and how I move and just like how I'm thankful and how I allow things to happen, and the idea of what is for me is already written as long as I follow the path that I know is the right one. And then this, just a watch that I got from a funny thing behind that. Okay, so I am a Benihana chef. I'm a teppanyaki chef. I just turned 20 this year, and 3 other chefs, they turned 20 this year as well. And with that, we all decided to go to Fugo de Chao. So we all were looking for suits and stuff because we all dressed up in like suits. I had like an all black tux. I went John Wick style. Pretty dope. And then my friend Riley, he was doing what he was doing. And then with that, we went to go to a suit store, and then we just picked up a couple of items. He picked up a whole suit, never had one. So, yeah. Picked up the watch. And then these right here, where did I get these? Beauty Supply. Simple. And then this chain right here, I actually got this from my high school graduation from a lady that I lived with. Her name was Kenyetta. Thank you. I still wear it to this day. And then this, I actually got this from the Lama Mall. Just walked to the mall, saw a chain, bought it. 2020, I was talking to my boy Rupture. We was trying to do something, like create a duo. You catch what I'm saying? So I was thinking about Havok. I didn't think about Havok. We were thinking like, Rupture was the one really like trying to come up with different names, right? I had Dwayne on the beat, but that's like too simple. You feel me? Wanted something that stood out, and Havok, that's my name that I came up with. He's Rupture. But with Havok, the idea of our duo was destruction as far as destroying instrumentals. If I hop on an instrumental, it's done. It's murdered. Ah, you feel me? And with that, I didn't want to spell it Havok because there's already a Havok who's established in music culture. You know who that is, especially in rap. So I had to do something different. First, it was Hxvik because I was still trying to figure it out. I was dropping on SoundCloud. I wasn't getting a lot of plays at all. And then that's when we just like thought of XXXTentacion and Ski Mask. Like that's our favorite duo, like ever of our generation. So X passed away. RP, one of the greatest. And with that, with X, like we wanted to put a tribute by just putting X's in our name. So I take out it's Hxvik. I put the Vic because it just rolls off the tongue, and I smoother, but it's the ha that kind of like confuses people. So it's Hxvik Havok, and I've come to realize that was what I started with. And just because I start with a certain way doesn't mean I have to finish that way. My perspective with music has very much changed since I first started. It's not something to be taken lightly. There's a business side and there's the creative side. You have to have a balance. And your influences and what you feed yourself is kind of what you put out. And also, like, Havok, in my form, like, it's creation. I felt it all my life. I know what it's like to feel uncomfortable in your own skin. But, like, my situation was realistically reversed, though, because I would go to school and feel like I was somebody, but then go home and feel like an outsider. So I kind of felt these emotions growing up to propel me for when I'm older, which is now to where I can comprehend and see and visualize, like, everything. So Havok is creation. It's a feeling, and it's just something that is for the next generation, next gen. You feel me? That's my branding. Coming out soon. You heard it first.